Hello everyone, and welcome to the 2019 CCRI Athletics Awards Ceremony. Just want to welcome everyone here. JC. You're in the middle, I got you. I'm not going to start without you. I just want to introduce Dean Michael Cunningham to introduce everyone for the staff.
Good afternoon and welcome. Now, some of you know me, most of you might not. My name is Michael Cunningham, and I'm the Dean of Students for the Community College Rhode Island. For some of you, that means I'm the guy whose emails you've been avoiding for the past 2 months. And some of you are still sitting in this room, so we'll catch up later. However, that's not the point of today. The point of today is to celebrate you as athletes, student athletes, as scholars, as people who go out there every day and do your best and try your hardest. So we're here to celebrate you. And I want you to take this time today to celebrate you. I'm big on humility. I think it's important to be humble. I think your actions are more important than how loudly you talk about your actions. But today, for this 2 hours, celebrate you. Embrace the people who are here around you, your family, your friends, coaches, the staff who support you on a daily basis. We're here to celebrate you, and we're going to take that time to do it. So on behalf of the Vice President, Sarah Enright, who's currently arguing for budget at the State House, and President Hughes, welcome to all of you, and let's make sure that today is a day that we celebrate our student athletes.
Thanks. We have a very special speaker here today, one of our alumni. His name is Bobby Allen. I want to read a couple of facts about Bobby. He's one of our overall best athletes ever here at the school. He's a 6-time national champion, 8-time first-team All-American, set the national record in NJCAA cross-country nationals, 2-time national champion in the indoor track in the mile and 3,000 meters, holds the CCRI record for 1,000 meter, the mile, 3,000 meters, also the indoor track record for the 1,500 meters and the 5,000 meters. Also is the first student athlete to do the Words Unlimited Male Athlete of the Year. More than him being a great athlete, he's a great person and a great kid. I'm glad we have him come back and come talk to you and tell you about his experience here and how special this place is for him. Hopefully you'll have these same feelings someday. Bobby, come say a few words and introduce yourself.
Thank you very much. All right. So first thing, every time I'm up in front of everybody having a little speech, the best thing is it's not going to be a normal speech. It's going to be fun. First thing is, just like we were going over, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. Start from high school. I graduated from Cranston High School West. Became state New England champ, and obviously came to CCRI and accomplished all that great stuff. But the biggest thing is, and most of all your students here right now, and congratulations, I heard that everybody here is winning some kind of award too, so you have the top group of all your what you're doing. But the best thing is, when you go to CCRI, it might not be your first decision away from high school. And how CCRI benefited me is you have the staff that's always here to help you and guide you. And the biggest thing is, you never want to forget about your coaches, because always your coaches don't really want to take that much accountability for what you're doing in your sport. But if you follow and listen to your coach and put the determination and show up to practice, you're going to do well and you're going to grow from graduating from CCRI, just like I have. So CCRI definitely helped me get to the point I am today. And to be honest, when I first came to CCRI, just going through life events, I never thought I'd get to the position I am today. So once I graduated from CCRI, I got a full scholarship to UMass Lowell to continue my education, and graduated from there in 2016. Now we go up to today. Now I am an account manager for a company called Dex Media, and pretty great job, love it. Still learning the ropes and learning different things about it. But pretty much, I just want to thank everybody here for giving me the opportunity to come back and speak to other students. And at one point, I was in your shoes. And if you follow everything I do, you will do great. But no matter if I come here and say how I was a success story, or anybody tells you what you have to do and the skills that you need to learn to get there, at the end of the day, you have the help to get there, but you have to be willing to put in the work. You have to be willing to take all that information and grow from there, because if you don't do it, no one else is going to. So I just want to thank everybody for having me here again, and just remember, student athletes, your title's big. You're a student athlete, not just an athlete. It takes a lot more discipline and more time out of your day, and as we're getting to the 2020s, time is everything. We're on our smartphones all the time, the web's out there, so you're putting a lot of time into your school, and you're also putting a lot of time into your sport, so just keep it up, and you all do great. Thank you.
I'm not gonna lie, I got nervous there. Last time he gave a speech, he made everyone jump up and down. To get their blood circulating going.
Yep,
And I thought I was gonna pull a Hammy doing that, 'cause I'm getting old in my old age. I'd like to introduce the athletic director, director of athletics, Kevin Salisbury, for some thank yous and more groups.
Thank you, Dan. As Dean Cunningham said, this is your day. And I have just a short story about one of our student athletes, and I'm going to embarrass it, I'm sure. But I was at the last basketball game, men's basketball game of the season. And we had, I forget how many seconds left. We had the ball, could have won the game. In the long run, we did not win the game, but there was a winner on the court. Not only the team, but as an individual. Peter Wilson had the courage to take the last shot with an opportunity to win the game. And in doing so, would head to the national tournament. Peter missed the shot, but Peter won. After the game, I never saw Peter's head go down. I never saw Peter's chin go down. He actually collected a few of his teammates and got them back in line to shake hands because their heads were down. And here's the guy that took the shot and missed, and he's got all the courage in the world to do so. And as I told him earlier today, the next time you have to take that shot, whether it's in basketball or in life, he's going to hit it because he has the courage to go ahead and take that last shot. So Peter, that was encouraging to me to watch you do that, and I congratulate you. And there's moments like that throughout the year, and we can go on and on. But I wanted to at least acknowledge Peter for that courage. So thanks, Peter. My job is to, obviously the director of athletics. However, we've got a great team, and it starts with Michael Cunningham, our dean. He has been very, very supportive of athletics, been willing to, I probably nail him with all kinds of requests and new ideas weekly to keep him on his toes, and then go bring that information to where he needs to bring it for approval or disapproval sometimes. So, but Michael has been outstanding with all of us. So Dean, I'd like to thank you very, very much for all you do for us and for me personally, so thank you. Steve Rooney and Bev Wiley, please stand for a second. Be recognized. I know everybody knows you, but these two people are outstanding. Bev on the compliance end, Steve as the Assistant Director of Athletics. They do a lot behind the scenes. They're there in the morning early. They stay late for games. They put in hours and hours and hours, and they care deeply about all of you. And you know that. You know, I don't have to tell you that. So Bev and Steve, thank you very, very much for all you do for us and for the student athletes. Trainers, are the trainers here? Dan, Maddie, no trainers?
Baseball practice.
Oh, they're working. Who had baseball practice? Kevin, what are you doing? Billy, Juicy, Please stand, Val. He's full-blooded Italian, that's why I don't like him, but... I'm only kidding, Billy, he knows it, he knows it. Billy is our equipment manager, but also, he's been here for how many years?
40.
So we thank him for everything that he does. Really, thank you very much. And I know they're not here, but Patrick Fogarty, Matty I, Amanda Matusik, and Sue Pacheco. Those are our athletic trainers. We thank them as well. Cheryl Smith. Is she here? Is she legal? Cheryl, where are you? Stand up there, love. Cheryl's outstanding. We lost a great woman this past year. Cheryl's mom passed away. Cheryl's mom was our, if you will, she was the director of athletics. We had a director, but she was the director of athletics. And those of you that knew her understand exactly what I'm saying. So, but she was a great woman. Cheryl has actually done a lot of what her mom Claire had done. So we thank Cheryl. She actually sent the invitation out to everybody. So she loves the artwork stuff. She loves the artwork stuff. So thank you, Cheryl and Billy. Deb Bush, Greg Hart, Jerry Marochio, and Carl Trani, are you here? Two of them are here. Two, our SAS advisors. They keep our kids in line academically. Hopefully they don't need it, but when they do need it, they are there. So we thank you for all that you do in that office. Thank you. Coaches, please stand. You're here. These are the men and women that get it done every single day. When they're not in season, they're getting it done. They're out beating the roads and making phone calls and going to watch games in the recruiting process. Ladies and gentlemen, give these folks a round of applause. And Wendy Pelto, Dr. Jackson, and I think I saw Dr. Miller come in. Please stand for a second. This year was the first year that we had faculty athletic representatives. And they were instrumental in helping us get our first night. We do have a costume. It's ready to go. We are looking for a bunch of athletes, hopefully, between 5'7" and 6 feet tall to fit into that costume. I'm just a little bit too short. But Dr. Jackson, Dr. Miller, and Wendy spent some time with our student athlete leadership team this year, and we thank them for everything that they've done. They are there for all of you. In case you have difficulties academically, if you have questions about moving on to four-year schools or even a master's program, these faculty members have helped us over the past year, and we have nice plans for them going forward. So again, thank the three of you for all you've done this year. Thank you. And who's up next? You are. I'm going to have Dan come back up.
Probably gonna get tired of me talking all day, but I love doing this stuff. It's a great job to have. Get to watch sports all day and get to watch our hardworking student athletes do what they do best. We have some departmental awards, and all named after people who are former big parts of our staff. Well, the first award we're gonna have today is the Izzy Silverstein Award. It's named after our first sports information director. That's near and dear to my heart because that's my current position. The next award is the Joseph Andre Jr. Award, which is for our top freshman athlete. He was a main contributor to our athletic department. The Mary O'Neill Award, she was our first student team nurse who would actually help all the kids and had the best thing, everyone wanted to go to her office because she had all the snacks and stuff in her office. So anytime people went after class, you go to her office. Now people go to my mother's office because I know she has all
That's an NJCAA violation.
and she charges them. The next one is the Charlie Wilkes Award. Charlie Wilkes was a former assistant basketball coach here under Vin Cullen. He was also someone who was very dear to the awards process. He was the one who would tutor a lot of the kids, and he knew good student athlete from bad student athlete. He could tell you how to you have a lot of great athletes we have here. It's very hard to split hairs on who should be honoring at each time. He's the one who helped us set a clear path of who are the best student athletes to have. And the last award is the Ann Cullen Award. Ann Cullen was Vin Cullen's wife, and just like any marriage, sometimes the person behind the scenes, the wife, does a lot of the work for the husband. And we wouldn't have an athletic department without Vin Cullen. He started this back in 1965, and Ann was a major part and would do laundry for the kids back in the day, but that wasn't illegal. He would stay there and literally did a lot of stuff behind the scenes and went unnoticed, and that's why our capstone award is the Ann Cullen Award. Our first award is the Izzy Silverstein Award. And it's given to one of our student athletes. I'm going to read a couple stats about this athlete. He had a 3.31 GPA. He was a co-captain shooting guard on our 28-4 Knights basketball team. He was the first team all region, led the Knights with 91 points per game, and was ranked 42nd in the nation. He led the Knights with 44% from the three-point line. He's smiling now because he knows I'm talking about him. And this was also the person who Kevin singled out as being a very courageous person. And this person is Peter Wilson. He also played 5 rebounds in the game, 5 points and 2 points on steals. He passed our friends, he's number 35 on the CCRI all-time scoring list. He's also one of our legislative award recipients, again with his high 3.31 GPA. Thank you, Peter, for a great season and great 2 years at CCRI. I feel like I'm playing a game, I'm sweating like it, you know. All right. The next award we have is the Joseph Andre Jr. Award. And this award we had co-winners. Oh, actually, before I get to that, I'm going to show a highlight video of somebody. The highlight video is of Peter Wilson.
PL in the building. Oh, I'm in the zone, man. Yeah.
Now tell me who can stop me. I'm in the zone. Competition's none in a league of my own. All about the W. I'ma bring it home when it's over with. I'ma be the king of the throne. Now who can stop me? I'm in the zone. Competition's none in a league of my own. All about the W. I'ma bring it home when it's over with. I'ma be the king of the throne. I'm in the zone. Look, I'm in the zone. The competition whack. Tell them let's get it on. My hustle game crazy and I'ma finish strong. You threw up so many bricks, you probably could build a home. I done came a long way. This is what the grind make. Everybody want to shine, don't know what the shine take. You mad that I'm playing? Call it sideline.
No, you did not. No, you did not. I could have left you in Florida that year. I had plenty of time to leave you with Broward and Miami-Dade. Lucky you're in the weight room lifting weights all that day. All right, the next award is the Joseph Andre Jr. Award, which is for our top freshman athlete. This is a co-award. Our first winner had a 2.08 GPA and is a freshman center fielder and leadoff batter on our Knights baseball team. Anthony Ramos. He has a .441 batting average with 41 hits, including 12 doubles, 3 triples, and 16 RBIs, with 50 runs scored. He's ranked 12th in the nation with 26 stolen bases. And has a perfect 1,000 fielding percentage. Anthony, come on up and receive your award. We have a highlight video of Anthony as well.
trade a couple hundred just to get some time back, that's right. Cause for you and me, I got no alibi, you feel like home. Oh, so if you're asking me.
Like I said, we had co-winners of this award. Our other winner had a 3.58 GPA, was a freshman center fielder and a leadoff batter on our Lady Knights softball team, Mackenzie Doyle. She leads the nation with a 632 batting average and 679 on-base percentage. Also, I led the Knights with 43 hits, including 8 doubles, her first career home run, 15 RBIs with 28 runs scored, and 15 stolen bases as an excellent defender. You can stay up there if you want, or you can get to watch the video.
Without you, it's hard to survive. 'Cause every time we touch, I get this feeling, and every time we kiss, I swear I could fly. Can't you feel my heart beat fast? I want this to last. Need you by my side. 'Cause every time we touch, I feel the static, and every time we kiss, I reach for the sky. Can't you hear my heart beat so? I can't let you go. Want you in my life.
Our next award is the Mary O'Neill Award. Once again, this is our first nurse, and she's a big part of the athletic department who literally would help out anytime she could. This award goes to one of the co-captains on our Lady Knights basketball team, Tatiana Correa. She started 42 or 44 games with the PDS at CCRI. As a public team, total points with 211 rebounds, 27 steals with 31 assists, and 9 block shots. Very hard worker who, again, does a lot of things that don't always show up in the stats, but does every little thing to keep the Knights, Lady Knights, in a lot of games. And sometimes you don't realize how much you missed her until she was gone. Late this year, she got an injury and actually got a foul, called for a foul on an injury where she got hurt. And that was like the worst thing. It wasn't that she got hurt. The fact that they called you for a foul when your own player ran into you. That was crazy. I'm still not going to get over that. But again, she's back, she's healed, ready to go on next year to play again. Once again, let's watch a video for Tatiana.
Someday I'll be better. Now that you're gone, I'll burn all your letters and right all your wrongs. Right now I am barely off of my knees, but someday I'll find peace. Someday I'll find peace. Someday I'll find. What's it like? How's your life? Did it hurt you when you saw me cry? I wonder why I still think about you all the time. I could find the words to say, gee, I wish that you could see the other way.
The next award we have is the Charlie Wilkes Award, again named after our former Knights assistant basketball coach, Charlie Wilkes, who again had a big part in the awards process. Goes to one of the co-captains on our men's basketball team who had a 2.97 GPA, shooting guard and small forward on the 28-4 Knights, Dave Cabaceres. Started 20 of 32 games with the Knights. Average 8.8 points, 4.2 rebounds, and an assist in the steal per game. Ranked 24th in the nation in three-point field goal percentage at 43.7%. Ranked 34th with total three-pointers at 69. A quiet leader who leads by example was also one of our legislative award recipients. Congratulations, Dave. Let's see some highlights. Let's see if you really can shoot that well.
They ask me if I still think about you, only all the time. Still think about you all the time. Think about you, still think about you all the time. Only all the time. Think about you all the time. Think about you, think about you all the time. Only all the time. My phone's on silent in case you call.
Our final departmental award this year is the Ann Cullen Scholarship Award, pretty much awarded to our top student athlete. This athlete had a 3.77 GPA, is a co-captain of our baseball team, and a left fielder and second batter. Nick D'Ambra. He's ranked number 25 in the nation at 331. He's second batter on the 25th ranked team with a 331 batting average. He's batting .412 this year, which is 75th in the country. He has 35 hits with 9 doubles, and ranked number 7th in the country with 5 triples. He had 27 RBIs and 37 runs scored. Also has a perfect fielding percentage and was one of our legislative award recipients with his great grades. But he's a big character guy, one of the guys that always picks up stuff, doesn't tell other people to do it as a captain, leads by example, and that's why he won this award. Let's see some highlights on Big Nick. A couple weeks ago was the RAAIW award presentation with the distinguished athlete recipient from our school was honored. Our RAAIW representative is our compliance officer, Bev Wiley, who's also my mom, if you didn't know already. Some people have been here for 2 years and didn't know that. But come up and say a few words about our RAAIW award recipient.
Thank you, Dan. I have to be nice to him because there's a lot of people here.
Witnesses.
There's 8 colleges in Rhode Island that support female sports in Rhode Island. And each one of those colleges has a senior women administrator who oversees the women's sports, as I do here at CCRI. And we're the Association of Intercollegiate Athletics for Women, which was the precursor to, before the NCAA took over women's sports, the AIAW was who sponsored the national sports for women. So we've kept our chapter alive as we're one of only 3 chapters remaining in the country But what we try to do is promote women's sports and women's student athletes and coaches by providing scholarships to coaches' academies and other professional development areas. Our signature event every year is our Distinguished Athlete Reception. And we hold that, we rotate around the different schools, and that reception is to honor the outstanding female athlete from each of the colleges. This year, the female athlete from CCRI was Sam Muller. When we present this award, the coach is able to introduce the student athlete, and then the student athlete has to give remarks afterwards and thank the association for the award. I want to tell you how proud you would have been of Sam as she stood up there and gave her remarks and thanked the association and talked about her experience at CCRI and how much she felt that CCRI was a family. So I wanted to be able to represent her this award today and have you all also show your appreciation to Sam Muller, the distinguished female athlete from CCRI.
The next two awards we have are for student workers we have on each campus, because a lot of the stuff can't be done by us. We need a lot of people and a lot of help and a lot of support from our student athletes and some other workers who help us out on both campuses. Our first student worker of the year is from the Lincoln campus. Her name is Colby Saracina. I don't believe she's here today. She's not here today. Kev, you want to say a couple words about her?
Sure.
Tell her how awesome she is.
Colby does a great job up in Lincoln. One short story about Colby. She has a 3.9 something GPA. She got 1 A minus in her 2 years. And she went to that professor that gave her an A minus and said, I deserve the extra points. And she wanted to do everything she could to get those extra points to keep her 4.0, but the professor held her ground. So she's got 1 A minus. But she's an outstanding student, outstanding student. She's going to go into radiology. I think she's going to go to RIP, but I'm not sure yet. I don't think she knows.
Awesome story. And on the night campus, we have our repeat winner, who's complaining because he wasn't on the program. I'm going to make him wait now, because he's actually complaining. But it's Jake Leander. Really juicy, please come up and say some lovely words about Jake, who does a good job for you. Someone wake up early. I know Billy doesn't want to say anything, but Jake does work around the clock here. Jake's usually here. Billy shows up about a half hour or so, leaves, says Jake's got it, and then makes Jake lock up and show up for him and punch him at his time clocking and stuff like that. I'm just kidding. But you can see him working there in this picture. It's behind Oscar. He's got a glass Walden sweatshirt on. I want to make sure I show him working. And Billy's behind there, kind of asleep. All right, now we're going to go into our each sports individual awards, and the first team manager I'd like to call up is Kevin Salisbury.
And if I could have Greg Cornell come up to present his MVPs. And while Greg's walking up here, I left a few people out on purpose, because I wanted to single them out, if I will, if you may. One is Frank. Where's Frank? Frank Del Santo. Frank? One of the nicest guys in the business. Stand up, Frank. Stand up. Frank Del Santo actually walks around the field house every day. But what's interesting is his sweats that he has were the swimming sweats from the University of Rhode Island that I wore back in the 1980s. So he's stolen from the University of Rhode Island himself. Greg?
Congratulations to all the award winners today. It's an awesome day. See some good numbers up there. Saw some good clips on the video. Nice to see the Knights doing well again. And I'd like to thank all the administrators who make sports possible here at CCRI. I've been coaching for 31 years. I think 31 years. I've been around the college since 1982. I was a student, just like you guys and girls. And it worked for me. Make it work for you. My most valuable athlete for cross country and indoor and outdoor track has been running for me for 2 years. I have to admit, I'm a lucky person to have an athlete like this. She shows up, she's there on time, she does the work she's asked to do. She hasn't missed a race in 2 years. I hope she moves on to another institution and continues to run. I wish this was a four-year institution sometime so I could coach for another 2 years, some of these athletes. And the most valuable athlete this year for cross-country and indoor track and outdoor track is Sarah Marie Cirillo.
Read fast, everyone. We've got a lot of stuff going on.
We have Anne-Marie Balboni come on up. Anne-Marie is our men's club volleyball coach, and she's also our brand new beach volleyball coach. The NJCAA has added beach volleyball as a varsity sport, and Anne-Marie very proudly said she would do it. We have a match Saturday.
Hi, everybody. I want to first say that everybody here has earned their award. You didn't deserve it, because no one deserves anything. You earn it, or you don't, and you all did. Most awardees fall into 3 categories. The first is the good kid, from a good home, great parents, yes sir, no sir, church on Sunday, all around great kid, and then they apply that greatness to the court and field. The second kid is the kid that's overcome some kind of insurmountable obstacle, some hurdle, through determination and strength. Then they apply that determination and strength to the court and field. Then there's the third kind. And the third kind is most certainly identified with the most. The one that's got the short end of the stick at every turn and somehow betters their situation. A kid has 5 siblings, parents bitterly divorced. Their private family life known to complete strangers. In and out of foster homes, group homes, requesting to be in those homes because their home life sucks. Having no one have faith in you that you can become anything. Being hungry all the time, being cold all the time, being embarrassed all the time. Wishing small tasks like getting to practice at CCRI Lincoln didn't take so long and involved 3 bus transfers. Knowing what you have is all you have. They plug along, they keep their heads down, their minds focused, their feelings and desires close to their chest. They're not a straight A student, but they never miss a class. They're not the heart of the team, but the glue that keeps it together. They're not the go-to player on game point, but they're your floor captain. My MVP is Anthony Vega.
Next is swimming, and Coach Bobby Broussard could not be here today, but he did send me some highlights of our 2 winners. First, on the women's side, now we started swimming again this year. We had swimming back in the early 2000s, but we started again this year as a club, and we had some fine swims at Harvard. back in March. First one is Kelsey Trainer. Kelsey set school records in the following events: 50 free, 100 free, 50 fly, 100 fly, and 200 IM. Kelsey was also a great workout swimmer during practice, never missing a set, and continually working hard. With another season of swimming, I am sure Kelsey will continue to improve and break more school records. I actually hopped in the water one day to try to stay with Kelsey, and it didn't work too well. So I had to get out. I was embarrassed. So she's quite the swimmer. Kelsey, come on up. And on the men's side, Josh Hernandez. Josh, come on up. Josh set school records in the 50 free, 100 free, 200 free, and every single relay that he was in set school records. Josh's talent is unlimited, and with his hard work and dedication next year, should be a very successful season, especially at the national championships. Josh Hernandez. Dr. Rooney, come on up. You got all flex your words.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you all for coming. My name is Steve Rooney. I'm the administrator for the men's team sports here. So I'd like to start off with our fall sport that I administer over. Gabe Toro, men's soccer. Why don't you come on up?
Hello, welcome everyone. I just want to congratulate all the award recipients for doing a great job and working hard, keeping it going on the field, court, and classroom. Just make sure you keep that going, especially if you're coming back next year, and obviously those that are transferring. A little bit about the team this year. We came into camp, willing to work hard. We had different kids from all over. We have kids from Senegal, kids from all over the world. So it's a real, to get to click together, we really got to get on top of it and do it quickly. So the season goes by really quick, but we had a good group of guys, and we were able to put in that work. So this year, hopefully, if you guys are coming back for next year, and we can continue on that path.
I'd like to announce our all New Englands. Coach, why don't you get up there? We're going to call up your all New England winners. So let's start this call off with Chris Sullivan, all New England Region 1. Our next award for all region, first team, Jake Leander. Our next award winner, Madeon Diop. Last but certainly not least, Juan Gonzalez. Coach Dave, if I can have you stay up, I'd like you to announce your MVP, please.
for MVP this year, it's always been difficult on the soccer team. You have those players that put up crazy numbers, and it's kind of an easy selection. But this year, we had a lot of hardworking players. One that stands out coming into training camp, we had 2 goalies this year. Goalies are very valuable to us, so we treat them kind of like quarterbacks in football. We don't let anyone touch them, things like that. So halfway through the season, more or less, our starting keeper went down with injury. Then he was out of the game for a little bit. So we had to depend on our backup. So it's kind of a Brady, Bledsoe thing that happened. So our MVP this year, he stepped into that role. Coach Mike Giroux did a great job, our goalie coach. Coachability, positive attitude, and just discipline. And he started learning. And it was amazing to watch him grow. And hopefully he's coming back next year. Our MVP is Juan Gonzalez.
Thank you, David. We got Rick Harris come up, please. Men's basketball coach, Rick Harris.
Hello, everyone. And again, like the other coaches said, congratulations to all the award winners and all the student athletes. Every year is one more on one way that I coached, and I start thinking, well, how many do I have left? And then you have a season like we had this year, where I had a lot of I slept very well. I talked to them a lot of times about, my sleeping habits at night. Losing a tough game, sometimes I don't sleep as well. I'll tell you, with these guys, I slept well every single night. Great bunch of guys, besides our co-captains and the guys we talk a lot about. From top to bottom, we just had some tremendous leaders and tremendous kids who were there every day, wanting to work hard in practice, and that's where it all starts. But they were a wonderful group, so I think they prolonged my career a little bit longer. I definitely know I'll be back next year, so I want to thank them for that. They were a wonderful group that I look forward to being with each and every day. And Kevin stole some of my thunder. Yeah, that was such a big moment with Peter. After that game, it was such a tough loss. We hadn't lost a game since December, prior to that last game. And it was a tough loss because we felt as though we were good enough to win that game and go on to the Nationals. But they gave everything they had, and that's all I asked them to do, give 100% physically, mentally, and play as a team. But a lot of people ask me afterwards, so what play should you have? No, that's the play I would call. You always want your best players to take that final shot. And I've told them many times about Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. I forget the numbers, but how many missed shots they missed on that final shot. Before they could make the game winners. You don't make them all. That's the way the game goes, as long as you give it your best effort. So, tremendous group of guys. I'm very proud of them all, and it was an enjoyable season. So, I want to thank them for that.
This is our first year in Division III this year, and a good thing about that is that we actually were able to get all New England recognition for our players. So we'd like to recognize the people that did make all New England this year, all region. And the first one I'd like to call up is Oscar Oteji. Big man. You worked hard every game, doing a lot of the dirty work, but it did show off in the wins and losses that we had. J.C. Santos. He was one of our guards, our shooting guards, and boy did he score. Last one, Richie, you're probably sick of hearing him about him, so I'll just get him up here. Peter, come on up. Coach, you're everything.
Our first MVP, we had 2 MVPs this year, very difficult to select one. These two guys made our team go, there's no doubt about it. And he was a point guard. That's J.C. Santos. Good score. And of course, our other guy, I began recruiting him back when he was at St. Ray's. My son went to school with him. So I've known him for quite a while, tremendous kid. And he's also capable of playing point, but he was our scorer. And that was Peter Wilson.
Thank you.
So for my third sport, Kevin Ricks, head baseball coach, please come up. Unfortunately for baseball, we have not decided yet, they have not chosen all-region teams, so we do not have our nominees or our all-region winners, which I'm thinking the way the team is playing this year, there will be quite a few of them. So unfortunately, the coach is going to talk about the season and then name his MVPs.
Hi, everybody. Just a couple of things. Next Thursday, 3:30, night campus baseball field. We'll have at least 100 people in the crowd who watch us play, correct? Speaking of that, I'd actually like to thank our parents too that are here today, and just to let us know a little bit about the parents. There wasn't a game that we went to, no matter where it was, where our parents weren't in the stands. Florida, Baltimore, anywhere we went, the parents were sitting there, so thank you very much for that. This is very hard because I have 5 of my players here. I feel I probably could have 26 of them here because it was a total team effort. As much so as we've actually nominated 11 for the All-New England team. I better get at least 8, that's all I can say. Or 9. Should be 11, that's okay. It made life very easy. We started out our season in Florida. We tried to play the best teams in the country. We started out 3-7, and right now we're 20-10. We're on a total roll. We just got back from Baltimore last weekend where I thought we played our best baseball. Picking the MVPs is very tough this year. And like Rick said, it was impossible to pick one. So we have 2. And they're taking home a lot of hardware today. Anthony Ramos.
Don't mind the cheers. It's 4.0 with typo. It's a 2.8, he just matched up.
And his outfield mate, Nick DeAmbra. Like I was saying, it's very tough to pick 1 or 2. I actually tried to convince them to give me 3, but they said no. So I'll just throw a shout out to Ben Sears, who's leading the nation in a lot of categories. They're in the top 10, and right now he's 5-1 on our pitching staff. I think he deserves to be up there as well, so I just want to give him a mention. Again, like I said, Thursday, 3:30, 100 people show up, and we definitely do some good. And we're planning on going to the World Series. Thank you very much.
They saved the best for last. Hashtag Team Wiley. I'm the team administrator for all of the women's sports, and we'll begin with the fall sports. And I'd like to call up Jim McGurr, who is the head coach of women's soccer.
Thank you, and same as everybody, congrats to all the awards winners, and best of luck in your future. Hopefully you find a school that fits you just as well as CCRI has for the last 2 years. Thank you to Steve Rooney and his medical staff. We definitely keep you busy. Appreciate all the attention you give us. Thank you to Kevin Salisbury for everything you do, for your support and work for the women's soccer team, as well as the athletic department. And then thanks mostly to Ben Wiley for all she does for myself, my coaching staff, but also the girls, She goes above and beyond for Team Wiley. Team Wiley. This year's 2018 Women's Soccer MVP is Kat Raposo. Kat unfortunately isn't here with us today. She's on a college visit, which is probably she has her priorities right to make sure she's setting up our future. But she, when I first met Kat the summer before her first year, she made a last-minute change for personal reasons to attend CCRI. I had heard a lot of big statements about her and her abilities, and she definitely didn't disappoint. You can see some of her numbers up there and what she's done in her past 2 years in her career here at CCRI. She has the most competitive mentality I've ever come across, and her desire to score goals is easily the best I've ever seen. Although it wasn't always the easiest to convince her that a tap-in is just as good as smashing the ball into the back of the net from 6 yards out. I think if you watch the long drive competition in golf, you get my idea. Kat has also shown to be extremely coachable, putting the team's needs ahead of her personal needs. While she's a forward, she would agree to play in the midfield and even in the back line when needed to secure a result. While her numbers during her CCRI career are by far impressive, I think the thing that most impressed us as a coaching staff was when Kat texted me over the summer months last summer, which in today's generation is the equivalent of a phone call. She wanted to know who I felt was going to be next year's captains. I knew that Kat had a desire to lead, but I wanted to hear her say it. And she didn't hesitate. She wants to lead every day, every moment, not only through her voice, but also through her performance on the field, and that is the reason I'm mostly proud on behalf of CCRI Women's Soccer, and that is why she is the 2018 Women's Soccer MVP.
I have a brand new coach in women's volleyball, Pat Chin, and I'll have Pat come up and talk a little bit about his program.
Thank you today for having me today. I want to say congrats to all the student athletes, and thank you to Bev, Dan, and Kevin for helping me out my first year here. My first year here, I was an assistant last year, and funny story, I started off pretty much with my MVP. She was a freshman, and I was an assistant coach. And this year, I'm the head coach, and without her, my MVP, things would have gone as smoothly as possible. My MVP this year is Sam Alkus. She is my captain. She helped lead the team this year to a pretty good record where we went 500, where we went to district finals. Like I said, she helped me out, communicating with the girls, leading the team, always being there at practice, and always on time for the bus, and always the last one. So my MVP this year is Sam Alkus.
The next sport I have is women's basketball, and unfortunately Doug Haynes got detained at work. He works at the prison. I didn't ask questions. I just said, okay. But one of his assistants is here trying to hide. Trying to hide behind. But Victoria Wilkerson, one of the assistants, is here, and I'd like her to come up and talk a little bit about the MVP. We also had Kat Raposo, who again is on a visit, was the third-team All-American, which I think was a great feat for us. I just wanted to say a few things about this team. We lost our head coach, Brittany Brown, got a full-time assistant's position in late August, so we had about 4 weeks turnaround time to get a new coach in, and Doug was brought in like the second week in October, which is the second week of preseason, but he was able to do a great job of turning this team around and getting them to where they needed to be, a few points away from going to the Nationals. So I'd like to have Vic come up and talk a little bit about the MVP.
You can do it. Bear with me, guys. Do you know who it is?
coached Wally for 2 years. We've had an interesting relationship. She's grown on and off the court, in the classroom, on the court. She's become a leader. People look to her to lead by example. I also learned from her as well. As you can see, her stats are up on the screen. I wish her well, been playing at the next level. I enjoyed you girls. It was tough at times, it was a struggle, but I love each and every one of you. I learned from all of you as well. Hopefully you learned from me. We fell short at the districts. We lost by 30, but you know, I wouldn't have it any other way. I love you ladies, and Coach Vic has love for you guys. So, my MVP is Wallace Kelly.
Vic found out she was going to have to do this about 5 minutes ago. I really appreciate that. The last but not least, our spring sport softball team, and everybody thinks that softball's my favorite sport, just because I coach it. But they're all my favorites, even the men's sports. Be nice to me. I'd like to call Kim Warrington, our head women's softball coach.
First, I just want to say congratulations to each and every one of you. It's an honor that each of you have received today. And as a CCRI faculty member and on behalf of all the CCRI family, we are very proud of each and every one of you. And I would also like to say thank you to all of the CCRI staff here for being so supportive all the time, especially Dan. I think I give him a lot of headaches, but we wouldn't be able to be as successful if it wasn't for him and his mother, Bev, and everybody as part of the CCRI staff. So thank you. So we finished with a 500 record for this season. Unfortunately, we weren't able to play a few more games that we wanted to play, but such is life. We're always evolving and learning, and hopefully moving forward, we just continue to strengthen. But I would say that this season has been very much a success, and I can only attribute that to my assistant coach, Coach Steve. He's in the room, he's over there. He was a very big support this season. It was his first season here with us at CCRI. Some of you may recognize him from just being in the gym around campus and things like that, and some of you maybe haven't recognized him because he has somewhat of a quiet demeanor, but he really helped out on the team and was a good strength and a backbone. And I also have to say thank you to all of the girls for making this season so successful. In the past, we kind of felt up and down, and this season it really felt more of a positive shift, and it's because the girls really played with heart and desire through the whole season and made sure that they were putting their best foot forward, both on and off of the field, so we're very proud of them for that. And now I would like to introduce our MVP. This is a player on the team that is a true leader. Oops, sorry. Oh, I thought I did that. All right. This individual shines with dedication and passion for the game. This individual's name is Hannah Cleary, and she is one of our pitchers on the team. And she can hit just as well as she can strike somebody out. She's somebody that can get up there on the mound and create anything that she wants to create, really. If she wants to run a 10 strikeout game, she can do that. And if it doesn't fall that way, she can still get up there and hit a home run to balance it out. So that's always exciting to see. has an innate ability to problem solve and a burning desire to win. And after coaching Hannah for 2 seasons now, the first season I really thought her burning desire was just to win. She wants to see the scoreboard light up. She wants to see more runs on the board than the other team. But then in the second season I realized in Hannah, her true desire of winning is making sure that her teammates and her coaches are always reaching their best potential. And I really feel that is a true meaning of an MVP. And I've also seen a lot of growth in her as a student and as a student athlete. I think it takes a lot of integrity for somebody to say exactly what they're feeling in the moment, and Hannah has done that. I know that this day and age, maybe that communication comes through the form of a text message, but integrity comes through following up with that message face to face and doing what's best for the team, not just one day, but every day. Hannah, every day, day in and day out, is there at practice. I think in the 2 seasons, I can't recall any practice that she's missed apart from one, and actually, I don't think you ever even missed one. Nope. Softball is her life, and I think by the end of this season, she really instilled that in the other players this season, and really helped them to understand what it means to communicate on the field in order to make sure that you're achieving your best ability. And I really hope, Hannah, that you realize how important and how valuable you are to each one of your teammates and on this team and to me. I know it's cheesy, I'm all about the cheese. But I really, really hope that you take this and move forward and continue to play and don't abandon your sport, because your sport loves you just as much as you love this sport. Congratulations.
On Monday at the State House, we had 10 people honored as top 10 student athletes for our school. Each state school had 10 student athletes and 1 distinguished alumnus honored with a citation from the state and a plaque for being a great student athlete. Our 10 award recipients that day were Joey Barter. Stand up. Oh, yeah, everyone stand up. Justin Brown. Dave Cabaceras, Nick Diambra, Samantha Elkis, Jake Frost, Samantha Muller, Kyle Murphy, Dante Torano, and Peter Wilson. Congratulations on a great season and doing putting the students in the student athletes with a great race. As you can see all the other GPAs up there. Our distinguished alumnus was Marvin Owens. Marvin Owens is our all-time leading scorer. In his sophomore year, he averaged 27.5 points a game. Ended up scoring 1,400 points for his whole career, which is unheard of. For a kid out of Bridgeport who was not qualified out of high school, but really busted his behind to get out of here. His last semester here, he took 21 credits and got out of here. Went here and left and played for Raleigh Massimino at Northwood University in West Palm Beach, Florida. From there, he went on to play in China. He finished his college by going to Ireland so they could pay for his last year of academics. Then played in China and went to Switzerland to play, where he led the league in scoring 1 year and became the MVP 2 years later, in 2016. The year he became the MVP, his team was in the championship, and on his way to the championship, he actually tore his Achilles and had to receive his award on crutches. However, as true as to Marvin, he came back and continued his career, and after taking a year off, led his team back to the playoffs in his final season. And that's why, that hard work and determination is why we chose him to be our distinguished alumnus. And he was ecstatic to get the award because he really worked hard to become a student athlete, and he really wanted to become a better person. And he credits my mother for chasing him around all day, and his coach at the time, who was Dave Chevalier, and all the support we gave him. So I just wanted to say, thank you to Mark, and congratulations to all the other student athletes who were honored by the State House. Our last two awards are Coutinho Awards. I'd like to call Dr. Lynn Jackson to honor our women's and men's Coutinho Award winners. And Wendy Pelso. And Dr. Miller. And another one. Our first Coutinho Award winner is Sam Muller. Sam had a high GPA for the female student athletes. She's been on the soccer team and our softball team and our REIW award recipient. So she did it on the field and in the classroom. She's also a great student worker. Puts up with me all year. That's worth an award itself. Congratulations, Sam. Our male Coutinho Award. Oh, wait a minute. I have a highlight video of her. And I chose this picture, even though you can't see her face. It's literally her favorite picture. I go, but we can't see your face. But look at the form! Our male Coutinho Award winner, you've seen up here a few times already, Nick D'Ambra. We're going to get our highest overall GPA for all student athletes, and obviously highest for the men, at 3.77 GPA. Congratulations, sir. We have a video.
You could tell them that I've been from hell and back. When the heat is on, I fire back. In this cold world, where your light is at, let's burn it down. Fire back. You can tell them that I've been from hell and back. When the heat is on, I fire back. In this cold world, where your light is at, let's burn it down. Fire back. Let's take it to the ground. Don't too many make it coming through our town. Looking for a detour, nowhere to be found. When the pressure's on, seems nobody's around. But I won't let them see me sweat. Yeah, it took a little time, but can't really be upset. Long way.
Our next award is for our Coach of the Year. This year we actually had co-coaches of the year who both deserve this honor and earn it probably for different reasons, but they both did a great job. I'm going to mention who they are and have the team administrators come up and say a little more about both of these coaches. One coach was Rick Harris from the men's basketball team. And our other coach was Doug Haynes from the women's basketball team. They both did an excellent job this year at great season. So I have Steve Rooney come up and talk about Rick Harris, and then my mother will help me talk about Doug Haynes.
So as you can see, we had a difficult decision this year. We had some very good coaches. We almost made 3 coaches by the way things are going this year. But unfortunately, when it came time to decide this, we decided on these 2. We decided on Rick because some of the things that happened this season. We started out, we were playing very well. We had a few wins, a few losses. And at mid-semester, we knew we were going to be something special, but we lost 5 players, 2 starters. All right? And we were a little worried about it at that point. Well, Rick got the team together. He not only kept winning, he ran off 18 in a row. All right, we came in as the #1 seed in the Region 21 playoffs, and you've kind of heard what happened with that already, so I won't rehash it. But he had a tremendous season. All right, he worked with all these guys that came together. All right, instead of fracturing after losing 5 people off the team, 2 starters. All right, they got together, they got better, and they had one hell of a season. So, Rick, please come up.
I just want to say one thing. I've been doing this a long time, and I said this at a other bank, but I went to recently. You're only as good as the people around you. You know, when you put good people around you, you look good. I had a great group of guys, and not just the guys who are getting all the awards, JC and Peter, Oscar, David, my freshman, Jose, who I'm missing, Kyle Murphy, tremendous kid. I had these leaders that were there. Who am I forgetting that's a good leader?
You want to run on more?
You know, we didn't have that many. Dylan. So I shouldn't forget, Dylan from Johnston, great kid. So every one of them loved to play. They loved being there every day. They listened to me. They laughed at me when I was trying to be funny, even though I wasn't really funny. Right? You know, and so this is a great group of kids, you know. And then your administrators, you know, I'm not just saying this stuff. They support us, you know, and they support this program to the best abilities. They give everything they have. So again, really, when you get something like this, it's because you've got kids like this, and you're in a program like we're in here at CCRI. You know, without question, you know, the best junior college, community college program in New England, and one of the top in the Northeast. I've said that since Lou Polano was preaching that to me back in the day, and it still remains. You know, that's how it is, and that's what I use when I recruit. You know, so again. I thank everyone for recognizing me. That's always nice, but it's because of the people that I was fortunate to have around me. Thank you.
You know, we keep this Coach of the Year secret, and so Doug, I think if Doug knew he was getting the Coach of the Year, he would have found a way to be here. But I just want to say a couple of things about Doug and how he was able to come and step into this program. 2 weeks into the preseason, not having met the student athletes that were going to be on the team. But I remember being at that first meeting where he met the team and he said to them, you know, he said, I care about your academics, your students first. He talked about his philosophy in coaching. He talked about his experience here as a CCRI student athlete and also a member of our Hall of Fame, and the experiences he's had, and told them what he expected from them. And he wanted to work together as a team and make things happen. And he certainly did that. He had about 8 players that he dealt with and worked through the season. We came into the second semester season and things were rolling along pretty well. And then unfortunately Tatiana went down with an injury, and so we had lost one other player, so we were down to 7. And then Jada went down and we were down to 6. And then Ariana messed up her knee and we were down to 5. And they were going into the districts with 5 players, and that was what would have sent them to the Nationals. But they all worked hard, every single one of them, and I know I'm so proud of this team. And I think I've told them that, how proud I were of them and how they pulled together with a new coach and worked hard to make themselves, give themselves a successful season. So I felt that in Doug's first year, he overcame a lot of obstacles in coming into this team. He's been a very successful high school coach at Bayview, and I know that he's going to continue that success here. He's already done a lot of recruiting. We're looking at, he's got about 10 or 12 freshmen that are coming in next year. So I think you're going to see a lot of good things come from our women's basketball program. And on behalf of the women's basketball team, I want to congratulate Doug on this award.
This is a great day, and part of it being such a great day is that our student athletes are moving on to a four-year institution, some of them, and that's success to us. Before I do that, however, I want to thank Bobby Allen. Is Bobby still here? Bobby. I want to thank Bobby Allen for coming. One thing that wasn't on his screen when that came up is he currently holds the UMass Lowell record in the mile. What is it, 400? 400. So he went on to be very, very successful, both in the classroom and in running. So, Bobby, thanks again. Appreciate it. I hope that many of you will come back, just like Bobby did. Bobby stops in a lot, texts me all the time. He's hilarious, by the way. He was one of our life coaches as well. But I hope you all come back to do this, to do that what Bobby did today. That to me, anyway, and I think to our entire staff, is what it's all about. To see you succeed, to see you move on, to see you do so well. That, to me, is a blast. That's a blast. All the other stuff is, gravy, but that to me is a blast. So this is exciting. These are the individuals that we know are transferring and where they are going. From women's basketball, if you aren't here, please stand. Waleska Kelly's going to Elms College. Tatiana Correa going to Elms College. And Jada Littlejohn, Rhode Island College. From men's basketball, Kyle Murphy, to Leslie College. Peter Wilson to Brandeis. Baseball, Joey Barter to Keene State. Justin Brown, Rhode Island College. Nick D'Ambra with his shorts going to St. Anselm. Jake Frost, University of Rhode Island. Softball, Sam Mueller going to University of Rhode Island. And men's volleyball, Anthony Vega, Rhode Island College. And before I bring Michael Cunningham back up for the closing remarks, I left these three to thank on purpose. They do a lot of work, not that everybody doesn't do a lot of work here at the athletic department, but Dan LeCournier, Rob Bellucci, and Dave Fishback. These guys are literally at every game. Rob, thank you for all the video work you've done. The poor guy was freezing at one of the softball games, raining. He's outside, I'm sitting in my car, drinking my coffee, waving around. But these guys are absolutely awesome, and you know that. Dave Fishback takes all the photos, all the headshots that you see on the website. Outstanding job. So again, thank you very, very much from the bottom of my heart, all three of you. Appreciate it. And I'll bring Michael Cunningham up for closing remarks.
Thank you. So I told you at the beginning that this was to celebrate you, and I think we've done that, and I really enjoyed it, and after this week I really needed it. Nothing like evacuating a campus in the middle of your week to make for an interesting day, work day. But this is about celebrating you, and I said it was important to celebrate you, and I also said it was important to be humble. But I had the honor and the privilege to be at the State House on Monday, too. And I'm going to borrow some of the remarks of one of my neighbors and the alumni recipient from URI, Beth Brown. As athletes, as college athletes, as student athletes, you bring such gifts and skills to everything that you do. So when you leave here, or when you stop playing, those skills and those gifts go with you. She named several of them. Your determination to be better. Your ability to take feedback, your coachability, your ability to improve based on what you get from people. The physical and mental discipline necessary to be an athlete. Those are things you should always be proud of, and in every job interview, every college interview, every time you have the opportunity, you make sure you display those skills, because they make you the student athlete that you are, and they will sustain you throughout your life and career. So thank you all for being here. Congratulations. Thank you to the staff who put this together, and I hope you have a great rest of the evening.
Anyone wants to get more pictures taken, they come to the backdrop, see them take the pictures and stuff like that if you want more. You don't have to.